This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Cremane and we are back with weekly recaps, baby! To kickstart our journey together through Season 2 of FBoy Island Australia is my bro, Jaocb Fisher. FBoy Island Australia is an Australian version of an American format show with the same name, which premiered in 2021, produced by HBO Max. Binge picked up the Aussie show for its first season in May last year, which was a smash hit, and Season 2 is currently airing weekly on Mondays, only on Binge. I will be recapping it each week with a special guest, so make sure you're subscribed. Jaocb Fisher, welcome back to The Cringe is Real.
It's good to be back.
How you going, doll?
I'm good.
What has got you cringing this week?
Cringing. Oh God.
Or is it us?
Yeah.
On Saturday night.
Us on Saturday night
At the
being silly on a little the faggotry that we had going.
We had a little unexpected wild one and ended up at Sequeet.
Yeah.
To the wee hours. And there was a young lass on the dance floor.
There was.
In a little brat look.
Miss Exie
Miss Timu Charlie.
Yeah.
And I did post a video, in my state at 1 a.m. saying PSA, Charlie is at circuit, which, I thought I was being very funny. But turns out she was very good at her Charlie cosplay, because I reckon I had about 20 people write back to me being like, no, wait, really?
I know, so fun. She was very convincing.
She was convincing.
I mean, as soon as we saw her, we were like, oh my God, Charlie. I mean, it's a pretty easy look to copy if you've got the right hair.
But I love, because at the same time, she was having her birthday party, the actual Charlie. So I'm like, maybe some gays got confused and they were like, maybe the birthday party was
at circuit, of all places.
But no, we just got
Charlie's traveling. Charlie can party anywhere in the world, and she chooses circuit. And 20 gays on your Instagram believed.
They did.
But
shout out to that girl, because she was hot.
She was hot.
And one gay wrote to me being like, oh, I know her. She's some Sydney hag.
Detective.
So shout out to you, girl.
Detectives of the internet.
Keep doing what you're doing. We're here to talk about FBoy Island Australia Season 2.
Woo, woo.
What a show.
It's pretty nuts, this episode. Wow.
And this is your first foray into the world of the FBoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've seen clips from the US one on the internet and Twitter and stuff with Nikki Glazer. But it just brings so much more context and stuff watching it from episode 1.
Yeah.
It's so much better. I think the ones that I saw were the end. Of the American one.
They definitely take you on a journey. I also love it's a tight 10 episode season, because the reason I don't watch a lot of these dating style ones is they normally go Love Island goes for months. Yeah. And so does Maths. And normally, I don't know, the Australian versions of those shows, they kind of I love a bit of cringe, but there is a line.
Yeah, especially on the dates.
Yeah, and sometimes it's
the dates just really...
The dates just, they go on and I'm like, I am not the audience for this show.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But this show, they are
awesome.
In on the joke. The whole thing is
it's so explicit.
It's so explicit. I love the just absolute no BS nature of it. Abby Chatfield just carries it perfectly, calling people out left, right and centre. Last season, spoilers if you haven't seen season 1, last season they just changed the rules halfway through the game.
Oh, wow.
Someone accidentally, because you're not supposed to reveal if you're an F-boy or not, but someone did. So then they were like, oh, well, now that you've done that, we're just going to reveal everyone's status.
Okay.
So they revealed it all. If you have watched season 1, I have covered that on the pod with the lovely Paul Mitzi. So go back and
I will have to go back and watch the season and have a listen to the pod.
But high level thoughts so far from this ep?
My highlights. My highlights were what's her name? The middle girl,
Krystal.
Krystal just
easily my fave.
Krystal just saying in confessionals that she might have accidentally sucked him off.
That bit sent me. And she's like, maybe I sucked him off.
It was just
And
so
I was like,
I
girl.
was so explicit. I was like,
That and the
oh
year
my
of
God.
mids.
The year of
Just
mids.
her being like, do you know what?
The year of
Because
mids.
sister,
And I was like,
I
I've-
fucking hear you, girl.
I felt seen.
I felt so seen because she's right. She's like,
It's
mids.
my year.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, mids know how to eat pussy and they're not full of themselves. And I'm like, girl, yes.
Yeah.
This is normalized dating down.
Yeah.
Like, obsessed. Yeah. The other two, like, Nicole, the model, she told us she was a model, I reckon, about 600 times in this episode. And I was like, we fucking get it.
We get it, babe.
Like,
and yeah.
Cool. And then Ellie, I thought was going to be boring, but then she ends up being the most drama off the bat.
She's so, like, airheaded. And it's like,
Yeah.
she's crying, being like, oh my God, I just don't know if they're fuckboys or not. And she's crying. I'm like, babe,
Like,
that's the show.
That's literally the show.
And there's multiple seasons.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into.
I know. But that producer getting her a tissue, I was like, bitch, like, strap yourself in. If you're this frustrated right now,
After
I
date
can't
one.
wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So there's also a few familiar faces in this cast. Krystal was on The Bachelor last year.
Okay.
And I really liked her on that. So great. I love this sort of casting where they're just like, and I guess this is how Abby Chatfield's career
This is her
started as well.
All-Stars.
Yeah. This is her
coming
All-Stars
back.
moment. She's back, but this time she's the prize. Because on The Bachelor, she was, competing for some guy. And also Jake O'Brien, the one that we thought was hot from the lineup.
Yeah.
He was on The Amazing Race with his girlfriend in 2022. And didn't last long on that show either. So I don't know, like he's an influencer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, clearly he just looks for opportunities to get his mug on TV and then fucks right off when it's not working out for him.
Yeah, I did a little look on the internet of why he left and like why he wasn't at the elimination at the end.
What does the internet say?
They found out that he had a girlfriend.
It's probably the same bitch that he went on The Amazing Race with.
Yeah, and there's all these posts about it on TikTok. He's got like 700,000 followers on TikTok. Apparently,
Wow.
this is what this article said. So.
I'm surprised that they didn't, because when this happens on these shows normally, they don't just send you out the back door. Normally they like publicly name and shame. Or maybe they were going to do that and then he was like, no thanks.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, who knows? There's 24 guys and you're all competing for attention. Like, he probably thought he was top shit and
then when everyone went for fucking Joe,
they didn't pay him any attention. He's like, well, fuck this, I'm out.
I reckon you're onto something there. And I hate to admit it, but I found him very attractive.
Oh yeah,
all of the 2 frames that he got on the show.
When you sent me the lineup of all the men, he was the one I was like,
you're like,
oh, who's that? But it looks a bit douchey from what I've seen post online.
The other...
I mean, come on, douchey. Like, they're all douchey.
Yeah,
It's called FBoy Island.
Now that he's gone, who's your hottest? Who's your top pick?
Ooh, I don't know his name, but he has a mullet and a mustache the black.
He's
dark
hot.
brown
Yeah,
hair.
oh my God, we have such similar taste.
Yeah.
I don't know his name either, but that one...
The opposite of a square jaw, whatever that is.
He's hot.
Yeah.
And I think it looks like from the...
We didn't see too much of
No,
him.
we didn't get much of him, but it looks like from the promos, he's going to feature heavily.
Yeah, I saw
in
him.
future episodes.
I saw him kissing one of the girls in the preview of that.
He did say a few incredibly cocky things this episode.
I was
though.
like, they all were saying.
Yeah.
I was like,
but I'm like, not mad about that. My other top pick is Aaron. I think he's so hot. The one that knows Krystal already.
Oh yeah.
When he whipped
100%.
that shirt off, I was like,
damn.
I was like, excuse me. The one that Krystal sucked off at a nightclub at the GC. I'm obsessed.
I mean, all of these boys.
They're all fucking hot.
Suck them off down to the bone. all of them.
Even Patty.
They can all line up.
The year of the mid.
Well, if he is, if he's got that big dick energy, like she said.
Like she can smell it.
Yeah, she can smell the BDE.
I also think Frank is hot, but then he seems like he needs to like chill the fuck out.
Yeah, he's definitely a fuckboy.
Oh, if he's not, I would be very surprised.
Yeah, the short king. But they're all short.
They are all, of course.
Yeah,
they're all juiced up and
because
short
like you could see how short he was, and then when he went back to the boys' house or what the boys' villa or whatever it is, you could see him standing next to all of them, and they're all the same height. So I was like, oh, they're all short and tiny.
Yeah. They've really toned down the boys' villa styling this year. So last year, everything had dicks on it. Like just it was like penis straws, like penis cups.
It's like a bachelorette
it was
party.
It was like everything was shaped like a penis.
Amazing.
And then in the girls' villa there was like peaches. It was like peach and eggplant themed everything last year, and I think this year they've like toned it down a bit.
Did I imagine it, or did at the very beginning when it was like the preview of the episode or the season? Yeah. Did I imagine it saying, do you have a boyfriend outside? Like one of the boys have one of the men in the show has a boyfriend on the outside? Did I?
I did not catch that.
Or maybe it was like they were talking about something else to the girls.
As much as I would love that to be the case, I highly doubt it on this show.
Because then I was thinking, I was like, I want to go on this show and cosplay a straight person.
That would be
see
fun.
how long I can last.
Nah, they'd figure it out straight away. They'd kick you off. Yeah. Like, oh my joke. Well, let's
walk in with a brat shirt and they'll be like, out. Get out, faggot.
There's a faggot in the midst. So let's jump into the episode. My first note is that the fun editing is back, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, that the big aubergine eggplant on fire.
Starts with a big eggplant on the beach, lit up at night, and we get a glossary of F-boy terms. So they're like gaslighting, love bombing, ghosting, cheating, like all of the words that like girls love to use to talk about how trash men are. And then they set this eggplant aflame. I'm like, wow.
And then use a lot of COVID related things, saying there's an infestation of fuckboys, and then they're using all these.
So good. She was like, "There's a super spreader event, and it's like the virus has mutated."
Yeah, there's a virus. Yeah, there's an F-boy virus, and it's mutated this year.
That's right. She says there are more strains of F-boy than ever before, and without a vaccine, they will infect our hearts, souls, and holes. And I was like, fuck yes, Abby.
They can infect my hole.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad about it either. So we meet the women. First is Nicole. Did you know she's a model?
Wait. She's a model?
Might surprise you.
I didn't get that. Oh my God.
She's a model on the GC. And because she's a model, she's so tired of F-boys. Because for some strange reason, she just keeps attracting them. And like, I'm a little bit like, how much of this is on you, babe? Like, do you know what I mean? Especially when you see who she picks, because she's going on about, she keeps saying things like, people just want me for my looks and they don't care about what I have to say. And I'm like, well, then maybe don't pick like the two just like dumb hot guys to go after. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Pick someone that has a little bit of personality.
Yeah. I'm like
a crumb of personality. Yeah. Come on.
Maybe she might redeem herself, but right at this moment, I'm like not rooting for Nicole. Yeah. Krystal, however,
I'm obsessed with her.
Queen of the show. It's
hilarious.
year of the mids. She's not interested in hot guys anymore. She wants mid. They can eat pussy. And there's nothing mid about her. She's smoking hot.
She's so hot. She knows what she's doing too. It's so good.
Yeah. Ali says that F-boys are her forbidden fruit, but I'm also like, well, it seems like you're not holding back on eating the fruit. She alludes to having dated the ultimate devil dick fuckboy, and then we learn that it's someone from last season, but we don't know who at this point. And I was like, ooh. And then I was racking my brain, but then realised that I forgot everyone's names from last season. And then we meet Abby. Once again, it's 12 F-boys and 12 nice guys. Aim of the game is pick the nice guy, share the cash, pick the F-boy, he takes the cash. Little mustache one caught my eye at this point with the little mullet. He was cute. Then we get Doug, the guy doing the chest pumps.
Oh my God,
I
love Doug.
Doug is great.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
It just keeps cutting
They're just
to
gonna
him
like
being
they're just
fucking
doing
nuts.
They're doing his confessionals, and they're just like, "Can you do 12 different songs? Oh no, 10. We've got 10 episodes. We need you doing a little interlude. They can just use that.
He's going to be the comic relief, and I reckon they're going to keep him around for a long time.
Yeah.
But then eventually they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. You'll have to go." Like he's not not a contender.
He's so lovable though. His edit that he's been given is so lovable. You're just like, oh, what a sweetie.
Yeah.
what a himbo.
We get one guy doing push-ups being like, I'm fucking massive. And then we meet Patty. Mid.
Oh, mid. Not even lower.
Yeah, I know.
Lower.
It's kind of a prawn situation, isn't it? Like,
I didn't
there's
see
a
his
rig,
body.
but
Was
I mean,
his-
they've all got the same dumb rig, and
Yeah.
then like just not happening in the face. Sorry, Patty.
But he's really not happening in the face. But he's got he's got like really long hair on the top, and then like shaved hair around the sides, and it's not faded
It's
or like
not doing favors.
it's like-
and it looks greasy.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. There's a few of them that look like they
But
need
straight
a good
men
shower.
don't really know
No.
what's going on, do they?
Frank is a DJ, and he's hot, but boy does he know it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The energy coming from him is like really intense.
It's like this. He's just taken a huge fucking line of speed before rocking up on set, because he's kind of walking around like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
He's like, what are you
wild.
overcompensating for?
yeah. But yeah, if he kept his mouth shut, I'd be like, you're super gorgeous.
His eyes are gorgeous.
Beautiful. Abby reels off some stats about last season. She's like, we had some influencers born and an actor nomination.
Was it her? Who was the actor nomination?
Just for the show, I think.
Oh,
and then
like-
Frank goes, well, did we win the award? And Abby goes, I don't know, shut up. Which I'm like, I love that she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
She
And she doesn't care.
And
She's
does
just
not
like-
give a fuck.
she-
Which also, I think that means
She
no.
looks really hot as well.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Then we meet Doug properly. He says that he's a nice guy and that he's here to meet his like future girlfriend or wife. Doing his chest pumps. I'm not sure how well that's going to go for him. But he must have seen some reality shows before, because then he says, I'm not here to make friends, which is the line that you say on reality shows.
Is he the one that was doing the big muscles like...
Yeah. And then the
He
little
was
blondie.
Yeah. Where was... Did he say where he was from?
No, but he's giving
Gold Coast.
aggressive Queensland energy.
Yeah. I feel like all of them are.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they just walk up and down the beach on the GC surfers. And
They
they're
go
just
to
like,
go to
"Hey."
Burley Heads and they just like recruit
They
everyone
walk into CrossFit.
Yeah.
And they're like, who wants to be on a show? Then we meet Norman. He's excited about the 50k prize. He's on with the gap tooth and the dreads. Also Cooper. We don't get much from him this episode. Nicole is the first to be paraded in front of the boys.
I loved the shots of them like walking down the beach. I was like,
Slow-mo.
the production of this reality show is so high.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. They're all like at Nicole, and
They're
like don't blame them. She's smoking.
Yeah. They're all nutting in their pants.
Mm-hmm. There's some wet knickers for sure. Wes is flustered by her beauty. Sean is the hot tradie with the mo. Here we go, Sean.
Sean, yeah.
He's also obsessed, but he's like,
Oh, he's a tradie. Oh,
of
even
course
hotter.
he is, yeah. And he was the one, he's like, I don't want to be a creep, like staring or whatever. And I'm already like, well, this whole situation is creepy. There's like 24 men staring at 3 women like they're pieces of meat. So stare away, I say. Joe, who I'm calling Squarehead, also can't take his eyes off her.
Yeah.
He's very into
his eyes
into her.
are hypnotizing. He has
He's got
the shape of his like face and eyebrows and eyes. I don't know. There's just something, but like I wouldn't say he's a 10.
No.
There's definitely other hotter people
Oh,
there.
I agree. I think, and look, and this is what I fucking hate, and girls do better. Just because he's the tallest one there does not mean he's the hot, like, I wanted to scream when they all picked him. Because I was like, he's just the tallest. Yeah. And he was like standing on the end as well. So I'm like, they've just cast their eyes down the lineup and then gone, oh, there's a tall guy at the end.
There's a tall guy.
I'm like, do better.
He's like, I mean, he's hot.
He's fucking hot.
Yeah.
He also looks like he could have had like a bit of work or something though. Like his face
is very shiny.
It's shiny and like, I don't know. But yeah, Squareface is hot.
But he's 25, so.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Children.
I was just looking at their ages. None of them are over 30, except probably Paddy. They're all like 25, 26.
Poor Paddy.
Paddy's, how old is Paddy?
I don't know. There's a few hot shots of Joe like running on the beach that I did enjoy. But he's no Nick. So last season had Nick, whose nickname was Big Dick Nick. And he was like 17 out of 10. So there's no one on this cast that even comes close to Nick.
They're all kind of the same. Like level.
Age-wise?
Oh, no, like hotness-wise to me. It's either, Yeah. Oh, Paddy's the oldest. He's 32.
Fuck.
What? He looks way older than 32. Oh, that sucks for him. Oh,
it really
sorry,
does.
Paddy.
Sorry, babe. Hey, it's the year of the mids. He's in with a chance.
Fuck.
Jack is the brewer who's very hot, but in a very basic way. So he's the one that goes on the date with Nicole. And this is, again, I'm like, he's your choice.
Basic.
Like, you pick the like blonde guy with the like smile and the like stupid hot body and the tan. He looks like a surfer.
Like the perm? Was it a perm?
Yeah, it was kind of, He had the Justin Timberlake like instant noodle hair.
Yeah. That's what
he's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, he's got
but basic.
Got a big old chin too.
Yeah, big chin, Jack. He's a brewer, which I'm like, how do you have that body if you're around beer all day? Like, what?
Yeah, maybe he's
just like a partner in the business and he doesn't sample the
He's
product.
from the Gold Coast too, right?
Everyone's from the
They're all
Gold Coast.
They're all. That's all. There's nothing else to do.
But he claims that he
you just go to the gym.
Exactly. He claims he moved there for someone.
For the girl,
which I was like,
yeah,
sure. Abby asks Nicole who's caught her eye, and she points to old Squareface. And I'm like, okay, that's all right. I'll allow it. Krystal comes out next, and Aaron goes, oh, I know her. I know her from the Goldie.
The GC.
I know her from the GC. So he's kind of excited.
We pashed on Cavill Ave.
Yeah, exactly. And I may or may not have sucked him off. Frank is also into it. But then he like goes in to grab her straight away. This is when I'm like, what are the meds you're on, mate?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And she's like, well, and we get our first F-boy alert, like on the screen. Because I'm like, you can't just grab her the first time you meet. What are you doing? And she's like, smells like an F-boy. Doug, who is a high voltage electrician, checks out, says that only a certain type of man can handle Krystal, and he reckons he's got what it takes.
I believe that too.
He's also pretty mid, so he could also be in with a chance.
She wants a mid boy.
Mid-boy Island.
A mid boy.
Paddy is also keen, which is good because she reminds us once again she's into mids at the moment. And then Abby asks Krystal, who are you vibing? And this is when I was like, really? Because she picked Joe with the square head. But someone else, this guy with glasses, Timothy, is like, me? And she's like, no. She goes, the hot one on the end.
The hot one on the end.
And I was like, oh.
Is Timothy the one that was up for elimination at the end?
Yes, with the glasses.
Yeah.
And so we cut to him with like violins playing and he's like, oh.
He seems like such a douche.
He actually
like
really
an actual
does.
douche.
Yeah.
When they cut to his like
with the pop plant, he was like pretending to make out with the pop plan on one set, and then he's like, "Look, everyone, I know what consent is," and I was like, "Oh fuck, you want a medal for that, mate?"
Yeah, like making a point of like,
Yeah.
I understand consent. I'm like, you should.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, if you're making a point,
TBC on that one.
we all know.
At least he knows what it is.
We all
That's
know
the first step.
We all know consent. We don't have to know that you know it.
I think these men absolutely do have to prove that they know what.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. I think so.
So Joe, and Joe's ego at this point is just like through the fucking roof.
Which it would be. If I was in a lineup against 23 other guys
and
that are all
two
like all hot whatever.
Girls are picking you. Yeah. Ali comes out next. She reminds us that she's after FBoy revenge after being screwed over by a season 1 cast member. Vincent, who's a horse trainer, goes, "I'm horny. Everyone's horny. You can feel it."
Is this the guy with the cat on the
No, we're not. We haven't got to him yet.
in the Crocs?
The Jerome, the Crocs guy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We'll get to
We'll
Jerome.
get to him.
I love him.
We'll get to
No,
him.
this is Vincent, who's a horse trainer. I think he's got a bit of an accent. I can't place it though. Maybe like South African or something, or even like a kind of European accent. This one.
Jerome.
Yeah, they keep cutting to him. They're giving him the horny edit.
Oh yeah, the
Like
guy. He's the one in the Crocs.
No, Vincent.
Oh, Vincent.
Yeah.
Vincent.
They give him this edit where every time they cut to him, it's like he's just talking about how he wants to fuck.
Oh yeah.
And then they cut.
Yeah.
Then they swiftly cut away. He's cute.
His accent, yeah, and they cut to the colours. I was getting like South American, like Spanish or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
But then I was like, where is this?
We'll find out hopefully.
Yeah, I'm like, what is your?
Yeah.
What other languages do you speak? That'll narrow it down.
Mitch, who's a courier driver, says Ali is straight fire. Straight fire,
babes.
and he's into blondes, which I'm like, wow, groundbreaking taste. Abby asks Ellie who she's into, and 3 out of 3 go for Joe, and someone's like, "Oh, trifecta."
Yeah, what we were just saying about Joe being like all the girls going for Joe because he's tall. That's what I think men do for women with what's Ali. She's just skinny and blonde.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't think she's really
that hot.
Hot. She has a acceptable face.
Well, and as we can see, she's already very threatened by Nicole.
Yeah.
And I think that is
Super
going to play out over the season.
Yeah.
Because I think she feels already like it's between, like those two are going to be fighting over the same guys.
Yeah.
And this is something that we didn't really get at all last season. The 3 girls were all very friendly and they didn't cut each other's lunch and stuff. It was just more about like the guys being dickheads. But I'm actually here for some drama between the girls if we get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because they were speaking about the why the guys are F-boys and whatever, because they're constantly like seeking validation from all the girls and stuff. But I'm like, but Ali was seeking the validation that like she noticed that there's a hotter girl, and then the guy that everyone wanted
100%
came to her, and then she was feeling really she was feeling her oats being like, oh, this guy's like getting this guy's like choosing me, and like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And then obviously he's like still playing the field,
and this is straight culture.
She just felt like so stupid. And I was like, well, yeah, babe,
but
she's a producer's dream.
Oh, totally. Like, because she's confident enough to be on the show, but still hugely insecure. Yeah. And it is interesting. I learn a lot about straight culture watching these shows because, the dynamic between the expectations put on men and then the ones that are put on women, they're just so different. But I get it.
Yeah.
Because, fuck the patriarchy. But also at the same time, watching it through our like queer lens, it's like, oh, okay. So like, these women are like placing more value on themselves, and as they should. But it's like, you have to really think about why that is.
Yeah.
In this weird way.
And then like why they're choosing, like why did she choose Joe? Like I'm sure there was other guys that she was also interested, but she was like, well, I want to show my dominance in the group of the 3 women, being like, I want the one that everyone else wanted.
Exactly. But at least like the producers of this show understand all this and they like actually explore all these themes in like a fun way, which is why it's such a successful show. Because all the other shows like this, Love Island, whatever, The Bachelor, they don't realize that they're or they don't care that they're perpetuating all of these stereotypes and issues. But this show is kind of like
in on the joke, grappling it, like taking it by the horns. I mean, like, it's kind of like the TV show version of Bumble, like the app where like it's the women are in control. Yeah. Mixed with the mole. You've got to find out.
Totally.
You've got to find out who
the traitors.
Who the traitors. Oh, the traitors.
The mole. Yeah.
You don't know the whole time. You're like, are they fuck? That's what like is
It's
so
the fun
good about
part
it
of it,
because you like it keeps your interest. Because otherwise, if it's just about love,
But they fuck with the rules. Like if someone is a fuckboy, but then they're like willing to change, you'll see because they go through like a rehab process after they get eliminated.
Is
like
this what was the continued thing at the end?
Yeah. So they go to this like horny jail on the beach.
Yeah.
And then they have
and
to
they
like
just
repent for their
roided.
sins.
They just do roids.
Pretty much. And jerk each other off,
until they can come back. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just suck each other off on the beach and do weights.
Exactly. So Abby explains the rules of the game, which could change at any moment, as we've learnt from last year. And then she also tells us that we're having our very own Burning Man festival called Burning F Man.
So good.
The girls unwind for a cocktail at their villa, and over at the boys' resort, it's straight into the pool. We got like a butt shot here too, which I was like, okay, fuck yeah. So we got like a hairy butt shot, which I was like, nice. Yeah. And
there was a few butts in the preview for the upcoming stuff as well.
They definitely, the guys get really like
naked,
ladsy together, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I love watching it from afar.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stiffy meter is going way up. The
stiffy meter was high.
It's on high.
Yeah, they make them have like little wrestle like moments in the pool and stuff. It's cute. Timothy tells us that he knows what consent is and then tries it on with a pot plant, as we've discussed. Some of the boys are saying that they're already like not sure about Frank. Like Frank is definitely ruffling feathers at the boys' resort,
which any loud, overconfident person would.
And this is where we meet Jerome, who
he loves eating ass. He loves eating ass, he says. And I was like, oh, damn.
He loves a movie.
He's a fuckboy.
He loves a movie. He loves Labyrinth, David Bowie, and licking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his line. That's the best line of the episode.
Yeah. He'll tell the girls that he likes the David Bowie movie, and then he'll tell the boys that he likes eating ass.
Yeah. He looks like he needs a shower.
All four.
Yes. He's very greasy. He tells us that Frank is like a parrot, and then we get this fantastic CGI parrot head on top of Frank, and he's walking around the house and it's like wah, 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 wah.
The editing is really fun.
Patty tells us that Frank has #little dick energy, and I kind of agree, but I would like to confirm that one way or another.
I mean, we almost got to see stupid sunflower in the way.
Yeah. Back at the girls' villa, they're all talking about how they want Joe because he's tall. And I'm like, come on, girls. And then we get a sexy shot of Joe running topless on the beach. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of seeing it now.
I'm getting it.
Cut to the boys asking Joe, who are you into? And he's like, oh, yeah, I know. The way he speaks with the guys, I'm like, oh, no. Like, he's like, oh, Nicole for sure, man. Like he's like lying back. He's like king of the resort, king of the lads. Says Nicole. So this is like important information for the rest of them, I think, because they all know now that he can pretty much just pick whoever he wants.
Yeah.
And if he's going Nicole, like that's a good sign to maybe back off her right this minute, I would say. So Joe and the rig are already in charge. Abby rocks up at the girls' villa. Nicole tells her about being a model and how hard that is and how she has to deal with F-boys all the time.
Yeah.
Because the modeling industry is really hard, you guys.
So tragic. Yeah. Oh, you're so hot. People only want to
Exactly.
be an F-boy with you. They don't want to get to know you properly.
Exactly.
How sad.
They kiki about dating apps and how it's so hard to find a genuine guy. And then Ali reveals that her ex was pussy tickler mustache man himself, Vern, from last season. So Vern was like
with the small
yeah,
unconfirmed, but
with small D,
yeah,
allegedly. He was great casting on the last season because he was hot. He was like a plumber or something with a mustache. So
yeah,
I'm already into it. And he convinced everyone for so long he was a nice guy, and then like right up into the last minute, they show us in a confessional him being like, do you know what? I'm actually an F-boy and I'm gonna take the money. And everyone's like, wow. So yeah, iconic villain. And Ali tells us the story. Abby's like, what did he do to you? And she's like, well, he went on a bender for like 3 days and then just cut me off.
Just ghosted me for 3 days.
And I was like,
blocked
what?
my number.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
What a piece of shit.
Oh, on my little internet deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever his name is. What did
Vern?
Vern. Yeah. He's come out with statements and stuff about his
stop.
To like,
he's put out a media release.
Or like he's talking about it on something. Yeah.
Well, but mate, there's one way that you can settle it for good and
just put it in my mouth and show me.
I was going to say start an OnlyFans, but we could do that as well. If you're listening, Vernon, the gays would like confirmation.
This show is like really crazy soft porn. It's
absolutely
nuts.
And I can't wait for all of the
OF
content
and the oiling up of their muscles.
Oh yeah,
all the the tanning oils.
I love that he's come out with that statement. That is so funny.
Yeah, he talks about it to like after the episode aired.
Fuck, that is heaven. Which also to me that's sus because I'm like, well, do you know what a person with a big dick would do?
Yeah.
Laugh it off.
Yeah. Start an OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's the reason he's so good at eating pussy. Krystal opens up about her dad cheating on her mum while she was pregnant with her.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what a cunt.
But it was just like when these like really sincere moments happen in these shows, it's just so jarring.
It's record scratch because we've just been lighting eggplants on fire on the beach.
Yeah, it's like my stiffy's way up, and then I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh, I know. And Abby was like,
it's great.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm crying. Did you see that? Tear. So that's good. Like this is why she's so perfect because she's got the backstory, and now I'm so rooting for her. Like. Yeah. If she gets an F-boy at the end, we're all going to be like, like all of Australia.
I'm going to find that F-boy.
Yeah, we're all going to go bash him. So we're all rooting for Krystal. It's burning F-man time. Jerome is ready to go. He's got his Crocs on, fresh undies, shit shower shave, horny and ready to go, mate.
Them straw-looking mullet head. Oh, it's so
dirty.
It's so horrible. But there's always one.
Yeah, he's like the token country guy.
Yeah,
he looks like
he's the personality of the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's the only one there that doesn't have a rig, right? Or
we haven't yet to see the rig.
Or he was the only one that looked like he had like more body fat percentage than
he's like pub fit. I'm into it. He's had a beer.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
But next to all those blokes,
and a few pizzas and parmas.
Yeah. I would actually love to kick it with Jerome. Like have a few beers and just talk shit. Talk about labyrinth and eating ass.
Yeah.
Two things that I also enjoy, Jerome. Frank appears to still be on speed. They rock up at this party and there's like no music playing, but he's like dancing like it's like techers at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's a reality show. They can't afford to put music on.
Exactly. Or they've cut it out. Some others join in dancing and it's very awkward. This is where Jerome tells some of the guys about his ass eating habits, to which they're just like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, no one joined in.
I know.
He was saying it being like, let's
all talk about
let's have a discussion about it. Yeah, let's have a discussion
and they just left him hanging.
Eating ass and puss. But they just laughed it off.
Which,
like, King.
It's total king. Doug has butterflies for all three of the girls, which I'm like, okay, so Doug is our token, like, creepy. He's the
the
blondie
blonde.
with creepy guy.
He's 25.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah,
High voltage.
He's got a little face.
Little
head.
kind of.
He needs to stop.
He just needs to stop.
He needs to maintain his muscles and not get any bigger because his head's just going to stay smaller. He's going to get smaller and smaller the bigger
dial
he gets.
back on the roids. Yeah. Aaron approaches Krystal and they have a little chat because it's, they've met before, and this is where Krystal goes, I may well have sucked him off. Who knows? She really just drops it in there, but moves on swiftly. I love it. Then Krystal whips out her little black book and she's like, I will be taking notes throughout the season, which is so camp. And then a guy with braces comes over and he's like, hey, Nicole, to Krystal. And she's like, oh, no.
Out of here.
And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Can we start again? Oh, you're Krystal, aren't you? Oh.
It's so awkward.
There's three. You literally have to remember 3 names.
3. It's 3 names, and they're all very distinct, different looking as well.
Very different vibes.
They're not 3 blonde girls, and you're trying to remember them all.
Jake is an influencer, and clearly an F-boy.
That's the job
this
title.
Is MIA.
That's the job title.
Yeah,
influencer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. At least it said that, and not when it says content creator. That's even more cringe, I think.
Yeah.
It's like,
is content creator just like a TV version of OnlyFans creator? An influencer is like TikTok and stuff?
I think both of those terms are highly confusing and interchangeable, and they all mean nothing.
Yeah.
But
100%.
But it
100%
means they don't have a job and that they're on social media a lot.
And they're making money off. Yeah.
They've monetized their personality in some way. They all froth over Nicole, and she's like, you guys are like seagulls. Like, get away.
She did look she's got like amazing. A crazy rig. Like, she's got better abs than the guys.
Yeah, she's stunning. We meet Jin for like 0.15 of a second.
Yeah.
He sort of tries it on with Nicole, and she's sort of just not into it. And I'm like, I don't know. This feels weird. It's like, I can't help but see that Jin appears to be the only man there of Asian descent.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of dismisses him immediately. It left me feeling weird.
Yeah. Which is the feeling that when I first saw Krystal walking down the beach, I was like, oh no, is this going to be...
Because it's Australian television.
Because it's Australian, because it's like white GC dudes.
Yeah.
Who are Australian and just...
Well, even Doug saying... oh, there's a certain type of man that can handle Krystal. Like, that's loaded as fuck, and that's like pretty microaggressive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Why does she need a certain man?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Doug.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Like, it's very obvious.
It's
evident
him being
that
uncomfortable.
A lot of the men are into Krystal, and it was a thought that disappeared from my mind, but it did go through my mind when I was like, oh fuck, this is
Here
Australian television, and Australian reality dating shows.
Yeah.
Aren't very nice to
people of colour,
and
that's a fact. I felt for Jin because so he's on it for like 2 seconds, and then Nicole doesn't even really talk to him. But then later on, it's like that's supposed to be enough storytelling for us to eliminate him. It didn't sit right with me.
And he's very handsome too.
He's really hot.
He's actually like in the top
100% agree.
Top 5.
But like we didn't even get like, if you're telling a story, like all of that aside, give us confessionals from him. Tell us how he's feeling or whatever. I don't know. It's the Joe show. They're all thing, and this is when Ali like approaches Joe and like takes him out to the beach or whatever, and she's being kind of despo.
Yeah.
And he's even like, you could tell she wanted to kiss him, but he
he didn't
turns
want
it
anyone.
down almost.
He said, he's like, I hope
she doesn't
Nicole
kiss me.
doesn't look
Yes.
and find us here.
Yeah, which I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Then
Allie's like desperate for love. She's and attention. She's
100%.
she's desperate
She's
for it.
also being a bit of a pick-me girl because she knows that
Yeah.
they're all after him. And it's like, if you purposely go for him now, it's like, well, you know that there's competition. Joe is such a piece of shit. He goes to Nicole, oh, yeah, look, I just love a girl without makeup on. And she's like, well, I am wearing...
Her face was beat.
She looked like she was about to do a death drop on the main stage in front of Michelle Visage.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, love that you've got no makeup. It's like,
her face is caked.
Like, who taught you
Like
that line, mate?
She looked great, but
She
it was
looked
like,
fantastic, but no, because what he's doing is he thinks he's so smart. He's like, oh, I'm going to give her the ultimate compliment and pretend that I think she's got no makeup. No, mate, fuck off.
What men think women want to hear is just so funny.
It's so funny.
It's like...
Yeah. No, but this tells me he's got no game. And then the chat that he has later with Ali on the date, like in the pool, I'm like, you've got zero game, mate.
Yeah.
That conversation was like, I was like dozing off. It was like, oh yeah, I had a relationship for 4 years. And, oh, she was a really special girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
treated her real good.
Girls want guys to be vulnerable, but talking about that you've been in relationships before and then saying that it ended well or you had a good 4 years or whatever, like that's very easy to like fake and
exactly.
Like, that's not being that vulnerable. You're just talking about
Exactly. And I also don't like the way he's almost kind of claimed Nicole to the boys, and that kind of made me feel a bit gross. But then Nicole has a chance to chat with Jack at the Burning F-Man. And this is when I'm like, okay, I'll admit I'm a basic bitch and I think Jack is hot. And he's got heaps more charisma than Joe, don't you think?
100%.
Like he went in, had a chat with Nicole. You could tell he was like listening and engaging.
Joe's got a bit of like lobotomy brain.
100%.
He's just like, he's just there looking hot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's more natural. Joe seemed to be laying on like lines. Like he'd like kind of prepared some lines, whereas Jack was just being himself. And he tells us that. Jack tells us, my strategy is to be my charming self. And I'm like, well, that's a good
And he was
way to go.
getting on their little date. He was getting the little stiffy.
Yeah.
In the jet ski, the stiffy meter.
That's
when it was introduced. I was like, oh my god.
We get more.
And I'm
stiffy
obsessed
meter.
that they called it the stiffy meter as well, because they wouldn't call it stiffy anywhere.
No.
Like they wouldn't call it that on the American.
No. Joe isn't threatened by Jack though, or at least he tells us. And then he calls himself the Joe.
The Joe.
Which I was like,
Oh.
no, sir. That is not okay. So it's game on between them, and I'm excited
Game
to
on
see where
moles.
it goes. Game on moles. Krystal tells Patty that she thinks everyone's an F-boy. Because Patty's like, who do you think's an F-boy? She's like, oh, fucking 90% of them.
All of them.
But then he's like, well, I'm not. Straight up to her. So she's like, and you know, she's got some trauma. So she's like, oh. And then she goes, Patty's not the hottest, but he does have huge dick energy. And she starts scribbling down notes, and he's like, oh, you're gonna write down some notes.
Are you writing down the
okay?
notes? Yeah.
Which I'm like, she's such a queen. And then he goes in for a pash, and they pash. So it's like the first pash of the show is Krystal and Patty.
Which was, I wasn't expecting anyone to be pashing Patty.
No, but good on him.
Yeah.
Moving in there.
He's getting it.
And then he gives her like kiss feedback, which I was a bit like, oh.
What did he say?
He was like, oh, that was really good. Like, yeah, good.
Oh, you got the soft
good.
lips.
Yeah. Oh, like, what the fuck? Oh, God.
Of course she has soft lips. She's a woman.
Exactly. So this is then now where Joe feels like Ali wants to kiss him, but he doesn't want to fuck things up with Nicole, so he sort of pulls back. Little does he know that Nicole is about to ask Jack on the date and not him. So it's almost like...
the face crack when he doesn't get picked.
Yes.
He's just like,
So now the girls have to pick a guy each to go on a date with the following day. And there's a guy that is giving lap dances out, and we get another F-boy alert. It's like, wah, wah.
Is
like
that
it's Mitch?
Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
giving out lap dances. Frank tells Krystal that he's had his heart broken before on New Year's.
That's right.
And Krystal's...
They're in the hammock.
Yeah. And Krystal's like, okay, I'm a little bit cautious of this guy now.
Hammocks are so horny for two people to be sitting in.
Exactly.
Too.
So Nicole asks Jack to go on the date, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yes, suck shit, Joe. I'm already happy for them. Krystal asks Frank, but it's more that she wants to do some sussing him out. It's not like she's super into Frank. She's more like giving him a chance to kind of pitch to her, right? And Paddy is aware of that. I think a few of the guys pick up on that. They're like, he's getting interrogated on this date. It's not just like, off. They're not just going to pass straight away or whatever.
Aaron or whatever even said that.
And
they were, and it was like to calm the other boys down. They were all like butthurt that they didn't get picked.
Exactly. And then, of course, Ali swoops in and takes Joe while no one is taking him up. So she's got this kind of schoolgirl crush thing going on him, which is dangerous because she's supposed to be in control, right? Like, they're the three prizes of the show.
Yeah.
But she's acting like she's competing for Joe. And I'm like, no, girl, flip this script immediately.
And then, she's like... She's got it's all just like not clicking in her brain.
Not going how it should be. He's so cocky too. He's like, well, I'd rather Nicole, but I'll take Ellie. I'm like, oh, bro. Back at the boys' resort, a shirtless Aaron, which was a sight to behold, is like, Krystal's not really into Frank. This is just like thing. Like he knows because they know each other kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we get to see Krystal and Frank's first date. So this was, you were saying before, the sunflower thing. So weird. That's like running around the field.
He's like, be spontaneous. And him being spontaneous was to get naked and run around.
She didn't seem too disappointed by what she saw.
No.
And if he's getting it out right away, I'm like, can't be that bad.
Why not? He's show it off.
Pretty hot. Then it cuts to Jack and Nicole on a jet ski. And they just look so... typical together, because they're both just very pretty.
What is a jet ski? Like what? This is the stupidest date.
Yeah,
let's go on a jet. Let's just go on a jet ski and just ride around and not talk to each other.
They were very snooze together. I was kind of like, okay. Then on Joe and Allie's date, she's kind of like Jaws in the pool, like she's trying to pash him so bad, and you want to jump through the screen and be like, girl, get a grip.
So desperate.
She's desperate. They hang out in the pool, and Joe is just feeling so cocky because he knows everyone wants him, and they talk about past relationships, and then Allie's like, can you be digmatized without even seeing the dick?
Oh my god, that line, and then and then the editing of it where it's like digmatized and it gives you like a description of what that means. I was like, this show.
It's fantastic. So much tension. She goes for it though, and of course he's not gonna say no. So they have a hot pash. And then I'm so annoyed the camera wasn't on the other side of the pool when they were getting out of the pool, because it looked like he had a stiffy.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see it.
Also, why did they just have a date in the pool and the other ones go to this like
they got
sunflower farm and like a jet ski?
Yeah, Ali got the cheap date.
She
got the resort that they already live in.
The pool.
Yeah. Back to Krystal and Frank. They're getting to know each other. And they bond over their dads because Frank's like, my dad was shit. And Krystal's like, oh, my dad was shit too.
Trauma bonding.
But then she also tells him that Aaron warned her about him, and he's like, what the fuck?
His face so
is like,
funny.
He doesn't even fucking know me.
His brain's, he's like, it's just turning in his brain.
He keeps it together in front of her though, which I thought was good.
But you can see, see his head just like spinning.
But then as soon as he gets back to the boys' resort, it's all on.
Yeah.
But just before that, we have more Jack and Nicole hanging out, and they have a pash on the beach. And this is where we get the stiffy meter, which explodes in a little like cum explosion.
But didn't he actually get a stiffy in the water?
Did we see it? I don't know.
No, he was like waist level in the water, and she like ran away from him because he was like hard.
That's right. And they were like, no, he's
Like,
like,
calm
hands
down.
off, Jackie boy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this show's so good.
And then you get I forget their names.
Frank.
Joe and the blonde one.
Oh yeah,
Ali.
Joe and Ali at the pool, and this is when he's like, oh fuck. So he's so fake. He's like laying it on, like, oh, so like obviously, I was more into Nicole at first, but I mean, you're great. You're really good. I'm really vibing you. But now that we've pashed in the pool, I'm going to let you know that actually Nicole's hotter than you.
Yeah.
So if she's into it, I'll probably ditch you. Like, that's pretty much what he said, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you are so stupid.
That's what he said, but he wasn't saying that.
No.
He wasn't thinking he was saying that.
He was like, what he actually said was, I don't want to close the door on her. And she was asking really good questions. She's like, oh, so you asked interest in her? Like, yes or no? And he was like, yeah. Because he was trying to get away with it in this really vague way. And she's like, no. And she's like, fuck this. Then he walks off and she has a little spiral meltdown with the producer.
She's just like,
on day one.
This is like what she needed. She's like, it'll kick her into... Yeah. It'll put her guard up a bit better, I reckon.
Yeah. She's already threatened by Nicole. And I feel for her. I wouldn't trust Nicole either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all she's done so far is tell us that she's a model, but she still wants everyone to...
And she's talking to the hottest guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then she wants everyone to look further beyond that. And I'm like, well, off you go. Tell us what else you got, because all you keep telling us you're a model.
A model, yeah. What else can you offer besides looking hot? I mean, that's your job.
Exactly.
So then what else is there?
Now it's like high tensions all around, because back at the boys' resort, Frank is ready to slam down with Aaron.
He's coming in.
He's like,
coming
what
in
the
hot.
fuck, mate? Coming in hot.
He's ready to...
I thought this was good. They didn't punch on. I'm surprised they didn't punch on.
Yeah, he was going to... I was like, is he about to beat him off?
Yeah, beat him up or beat him off. Find out next week. He's like, brother, you don't know me. It gets heated really, really quick. And then we get Jerome, the class clown, being like, oh, these are just the tanning oil bros. And we get this sexy montage of them oiling each other up. And then cuts back to Jerome going, I don't want to see that. I just want to eat ass.
The Aussie larrikin strikes
again.
again.
That's exactly what it is. The larrikin edit. Oh. Abby welcomes everyone to the first elimination. And the girls walk in looking stunnalina.
Abby looks great in that.
Yeah, Abby looked really good.
Her titties. Titties look great in that dress or top. Whatever,
Abby loves a side or an under boob moment.
Yeah, and all of those things were on display. The
side and under.
Yeah.
So when she can get all sides of the boob
everything
exposed,
everything
that's
but the
a good
nip.
Day. Yeah, that is a challenge for Abby, and it's so good. She asks the girls how they're going. Krystal's like, I'm confident. I know exactly what I'm going to do. And Ali goes, well, look, I've had a roller coaster of a day. Firstly, what was Ali wearing? That was actually a bit... It was kind of...
Oh, that red.
with the cutout.
Yeah.
That was giving drag as well. She's had a roller coaster day. She's emotional. She doesn't quite know where she stands on some things. So the format is they each have to pick 2 guys to put up for elimination. So they get all nervous and then
they choose.
They have a little chat and then they pick one to go. So Nicole puts up Jin and Tim. So Tim made sense because he's kind of creepy.
The flashbacks.
And there was some story we had there, so it made sense. But Jin, I was like, what? I was like, we don't know why you're putting him up. And all I have to go on is his physical appearance.
Yeah.
And it just seems dodged to me. Sorry about it.
The one with the glasses.
Yeah.
They cut back to him. And their chat earlier on the day before or whenever it was when they first were meeting, and he says calls her love or something, and she's like, right. Oh, you're calling me love already, and then he's like, oh, don't be like that, and getting all weird defensive,
which
and I'm
gross.
Like, that's gross.
But they didn't have anything up their sleeve like that for Jin, so it was good. They gave us the storytelling for why Tim should go.
Yeah.
But then You got nothing.
It was just like,
Yeah.
it just came across as racist.
Totally. Then
me, like-
Ali puts up Mitch and Joe, which I was like, whoa. Which the producers would have 100% like gassed her up for this. They would have been like, get Joe shaken in his boots, and let him know that what he said to you, you're not okay with it.
You're in control, babe.
Yeah, they would have been like, babe, this is you.
Yeah.
You're the prize, babe. Let him have it.
Yeah. Let him come, and then she'll obviously still want him. So
she's gonna be
like,
the whole show is gonna be her just like desp for him,
just constantly giving him nothing, but then wanting him the whole time.
Oh, poor babe.
It's
but
sad
Mitch,
to like watch, because you can see.
I know.
You can see.
Yeah. Mitch as well was the one that did the lap dance, so it's kind of like not looking good for him.
He looks so seedy.
Yeah.
He looked so grotty and ick. Like I got the ick
from him too. Krystal picks Frank, which I was like, what? And Jake, who then the camera pans around looking for Jake, and he's not present. They were like, hello, what happened to Jake? And they're like, yeah, he left already.
And Abby forgets it, and he's like,
just leave.
Jeff, or like,
yeah. That's right. Abby pretends like she doesn't know his name. That was really funny. I love that he was out in like the first episode or whatever of Amazing Race as well.
He just like left.
He doesn't give a fuck. We get a flashback to Tim calling Nicole love that you've mentioned, and she didn't appreciate it. So then you're like, okay, cool. Obviously Tim's gonna go.
Yeah.
Krystal says she doesn't fully trust Frank, but he's off the hook for now, considering Jake didn't rock up.
Stephen Bradbury.
Yeah, Stephen Bradbury's in. I think she was going to keep him anyway, and it was going to be one of those keep him on his toes things. Ali explains that the lap dance was too much. She got F-boy vibes. Ali tells Joe that she's no one's second pick. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Get a girl.
And then Krystal's like, I got you, sis. But notice that, Nicole and Ali, we don't know anything about their friendship or dynamic at all just yet. Like, do you think that's going to play out?
I don't know how, like, I haven't watched the show, so I don't know. Because if, like, you don't get too much, like, they fit so much into the episodes.
Yeah.
Surely, right?
I hope so. So then Nicole eliminates Jin for no reason that we are given an explanation.
Yeah, we're literally not given any reason.
Yeah. Mitch is eliminated by Ali, which I thought that was a good choice. And, I don't think Joe cares. He's so cocky. Like, I don't think it worked what she was trying to achieve.
Yeah,
Do you know
I think
what
it may be. Like, it would have shaken him up a bit. Like, because he could have gone. And he'd be eliminated.
But he didn't. So I reckon he's like, oh, she's just trying to tell me off for the thing. And I think if anything, it's just going to make him want Nicole even more now.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, this girl's kind of annoying.
But then Nicole was just like, he said that. That's disgusting. So I don't think Nicole's going to be into him either anymore. I don't think any of them are going to be into him anymore.
Then it's time. So they do this thing after people are eliminated. We then reveal, similar to the traders, if they are in fact an F-boy or not. And Jin was an F-boy. Hey. So they're all like, yes, we got him out. And then they're like, oh, look, he's wearing ankle socks. Should have known. Should have guessed it. Like, that's
the little
funny.
sockets.
But again, it's like, I would have appreciated at least one scene of Jin doing or saying something F-boy-ish for us to then go, haha. And then Mitch reveals he was a nice guy.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
which
okay.
was also equally as shocking.
And they're all really shocked. They're like, are we in the Twilight Zone? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, maybe the edit was like that. So Jin,
on purpose.
So you were shocked when he did get eliminated. Because if they did show him being shit, then it would make more sense and you wouldn't be as shocked.
Who knows? Maybe he'll redeem himself in the horny jail and come back.
In horny jail. Also, they go to horny jail and then they have an opportunity to come back later
I think
or something?
So. Sometimes they do that. There's no rules on this show. It's very loose.
Yeah.
Then Abby pretends like she's forgotten Jake's name. And then Jin walks into horny jail, but there's someone already in there working out. And it's ultimate F-boy from last season, Caleb, who was such great television. And it's like, I just wanted to applaud the producers for bringing him back.
Okay.
Because it's so good. So he was just like, he's like an American guy that they just put in as a bit of a wild card. And it worked. Like he caused so much shit in the last season.
Americans do.
Yeah. But it looks like from the trailer that he's not a participant in the show, but he's like a bartender or something.
He's there to stir the pot.
Which I'm like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, he gets the reality TV's element of it, and he'll just be in there like
just causing shit,
gaslighting all of the men, being like.
So hats off to the producers for that one. What are your hopes and predictions for the rest of the season?
I hope all of the women find their love of their life,
sweet.
But I feel like all of them are going to be fuckboys that they ended up picking because they.
You reckon? Yeah.
Krystal's the only one that I think has a chance of actually finding a nice guy.
A nice mid guy.
Yeah. But I reckon the other two will be fooled.
You really?
Because I think the other two don't. I don't think the other two have the emotional intelligence to figure out if they're nice guys or if they're just hot.
True. I think Ellie's going to get fooled.
Yeah, they're going to be just blinded by like the hotness.
Nicole, you're right, because they're both just going for the hottest guys. They need to change their approach to Krystal's mid approach.
Yeah. It's you can say the stereotypes of a fuckboy and what they say to you to make you want them or whatever. Like, yeah, it's obvious they're going to compliment you, and you can, but when they do it to you, you have to actually act on it and be like, no, you're a fuckboy. But they're so gullible. They're just like, I don't know.
I know. Well, I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
I was very excited with the little preview of at the very, very end when it was like upcoming on this season. I was like, yes, I'm ready.
I was hard for that trailer. The stiffy meter was through
and
the
some
roof.
real drama came in as well. I was like, okay, let's get it.
If it's anything like last season, we're in for a good one. Thank you so much for being my first guest. I'll be recapping this show each week with a special guest. And what better way to start than with you, Jaocb? So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremon. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.